Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome to our viewers on onespotmedia.com.
No, the National Identification System NIDS was back on the agenda in today's sitting of Parliament.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness providing more answers regarding the expenditure on the program between 2012 and 2016.
In a session which at one point descended into a shouting match.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness picked up from where he left off last week, breaking down how US $1.26 million was spent under the previous administration on the NIDS project.
This was done between 2012 and 2016. Mr. Speaker.
Order, please.
They created T-shirts, promotional items for the NIDS. It was to pay for consultants, for travel to other countries that had NIDS, that had a national identification system, observer tours, $1.26 million. US dollars.
He also pointed to what he explains was 17 years ago when opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips brought a resolution to Parliament for a joint select committee to be set up in relation to the NIDS. After the Prime Minister's responses, opposition spokesman on housing Dr. Morris Guy would have the first go at Mr. Holness.
To suggest that 1.2 million US was spent on only T-shirts and other matters, and not indicate that a significant amount was spent on preparatory work doesn't really wash.
My Speaker, my effort today is not to suggest that there was no value for money spent. My effort today is to make it absolutely clear that the previous administration invested heavily in the NIDS and brought a bill to Parliament which was for the compulsory registration of Jamaica.
Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips followed.
Would the Prime Minister accept that having labored so long and hard together in the Parliament, that simply for the sake of a few months of a joint select committee, he has in fact set back the process much further than it would have had to have been?
The opposition has to do what the opposition has to do. The government has to do what the government has to do. It now falls to us as a government to accept the court ruling as it is and come to the Parliament with a bill that is going to satisfy the Constitution and satisfy the need for Jamaica to move forward as a modern society.
Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Catherine, Everett Warmington, then requested to read from a March 29, 2012 news release, but was allowed only to do so if copies were circulated.
Prime Minister the Most Honourable Portia Simple Miller has charged the relevant technocrats and stakeholders agencies to ensure that the National Identification System NIDS becomes a reality this year, the 50th anniversary of Jamaica's independence.
The MP for Southeast St. Andrew, Julian Robinson, had a similar request to read a September 28, 2011 JIS release.
Prime Minister
Point of order, where the copies,
on September
Mr. Speaker?
27th launched the National Identification System, which will see every Jamaican citizen in possession of a national identification card that will have universal.
Next week.
No, not next week. Not next week. You allowed him to read. If you allowed him to read, if you get it, you allowed him to read and go on and nonsense about 2012. When your cabinet from 2011 signed this document, Bruce Golding in 2011, September 28, 28, launched the NIDS. Why are you making an issue out of this? We continue the work you started. The issue here is the contempt shown by the Prime Minister after the court reserved judgment. Nobody's arguing about who spend money. You spend money, we spend money. But you have shown contempt for the court. Mr. Roberts, the court has reserved judgment. Mr. Roberts, expenditure. And you come here with this nonsense.
He was later allowed to read the statement for Parliament's record, but had to do so as the last item in Tuesday's sitting.